Hey guys, I hope you're okay. So my name's Emelia Jade and I'm going to be doing a YouTube tutorial for you based on the new Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette. Now I got my hands on this for Christmas and I haven't yet tried the colours in it, only swatched them, so I'm absolutely dying to get into it. So I thought what better than to try it with you guys and see where we get. So I'm just going to quickly show you the palette, okay? So here's the palette and what can I say? It's absolutely beautiful and the brush this year is absolutely amazing too. So here you've got your warm tone shades either end. You've got a nice purple there, and then in the middle here you've got your cool tone shades. Now I don't know about you guys, but I'm not really a cool tone kind of girl. I love my warm eyeshadow shades and I tend to stick to them. I think the last time I used like the silvers and the cool tones was probably when I was like 16, first trying out makeup. So I am going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to take myself out of my comfort zone and I am going to try cool tone shades with you guys, but I'm also going to mix it in with a few warm tone shades, just to make it all pop a little bit more. So it is the first time that I am trying this tutorial, so we'll go ahead and we'll see where we get with it. So I've already moisturised my face and I've already done my eyebrows. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is focus on the eyes, because having not used these shades before, I can't tell you what the fallout would be like. So to prevent me having to do on my face, take it off and do it again, I'm just going to stick to the eyes first of all. So if you bear with me a second, I'm going to go and prime my eyes and I'll come back to you. So I've just been umming and ahhing on what eyeshadow primer to use, and I decided what better than to use the Urban Decay primer potion in the shade Original to go with this palette, just to complement it a little bit more. And if you were wondering, I did my eyebrows with the Brow Beater by Urban Decay in the shade Warm Brown. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to be mainly using Real Technique brushes for this tutorial, mainly because I got them for Christmas and I'm still trying them out. So first of all, what we're going to do, I feel, is we're going to warm up the eyes in the crease with the shade Whiskey. Now Whiskey is this really nice dark brown here. So I'm just going to put that in the inner corners of my eyes. I hope you guys can still see this. So it might look a little bit dramatic at first, but obviously the key is to just blend it out. Now the reason I always like to go in with the crease shade first is because the crease will just complement the whole eye. You see how that's just give dimension instantly to my eye compared to this one here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same with the other eye. These shadows are so pigmented as well. It just makes it absolutely amazing when you're doing eyeshadows. So I will list every single product that I have used on my face today down below in the description box. Just to let you know that the eyeshadow shade I was using for the blend is the base eyeshadow brush. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and pack the colour on the lid. Okay, now I was umming and ahhing on what colour to try. So I think I'm going to go ahead for the lid colour being a mixture between this one here, which is called Slanted, and this one here, which is called Dagger. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now what I'm going to put this on with is a Real Techniques brush, and it is a shading brush. So this one that I've just used is the Dagger, and then I'm going to use, is it called Slanted, just to brighten up the eye that little bit more. Wow, it's so pigmented, look. And then what I'm going to do to pack that colour on is I'm going to use I think this is an Estee Lauder brush, looks a bit like that. And then we're going to take the colour Slanted and we're just going to attempt to brighten up that shade. Wow. I love these colours, you guys. So amazing. Oh, and in case you can see him, this is my dog. His name's Oscar. He's 3 years old and he's Pomeranian. Also, I thought I should let you guys know that I do suffer from eczema, so sometimes, I don't know if you guys can tell now, but I do have dry skin on the inner corners of my eyes. So if you're finding that the shadows don't look 100%, that will be the reason why. So then what I'm going to do is going to take actually the lighter silver called Armour. I'm just going to put that in the inner tear duct just to brighten up the whole eye. And I'm actually going to use the Urban Decay brush that comes in with the palette, but with the shorter nibbed part. I'm actually going to mix 13 in with this, and 13 is the lighter shades of the palette. It's like a matte white with a hint of like beige in it. So I am experiencing a little bit of fallout with these shades, but I suppose that's to be expected. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that shade again, but I'm actually going to take the shade Combust here, which is this one here. And then I'm just going to blend this out with it. Go a little bit closer in for you guys, just so you can see. So it is more of a dramatic eye. And then what I like to do is just take a makeup wipe and just clean up the eye a little bit more. Just give it a bit more of a crisper line. I would usually use tape for this, but I have left it at home. Downstairs even. So that's what we've got so far. And we are just going to keep blending out this shadow just to make it a little bit softer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Urban Decay pointed liner brush. I'm actually going to go ahead and go under the eye, but instead of using the blue again, we're going to go ahead with Whiskey, which is the brown shade that we used in the crease to start off with. And I'm just going to smudge that on the lower lash line. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my Ruby Emelia eye smudge brush and just smoke that out a little bit. So that's what we've got so far. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the same again with the other eye. So you get this kind of dramatic effect. Always reminds me of something like Cleopatra, something along those lines. We've got a nice blended transition. Now I didn't want it to be very dramatic brown and then blue. I wanted the brown to just complement the blue and just shade it out a bit. So that's what we've achieved. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a really light shade in the inner tear duct just to brighten the whole eye up. And I'm going to take 13 again. I'm just going to put that in there like that and just brush it over the inner part of the eye. Now all that's going to do is just softly brighten up the blue in the inner corner. We're going to go in with, again, the pointed liner brush and the shade, oh, I'm actually going to go for the shade, what's this one called? High. Which is this one. If you guys can see that properly. I'm just going to put that in the inner tear duct, just to brighten up the eye. It's very subtle, but you see the difference now between that eye and that eye? So now what I'm going to do is use my liner. Now I absolutely love the Rimmel London Glam Eyes fluid liner. So what I'm going to do is just going to do a thick line and I'll come and show you guys in a minute. So that's the look that we've got so far. And I'm going to apply a few coats of mascara now. The mascara that I use is the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous 4 times, or times 4. Hi guys, so this is the finished look. So I've just gone for some subtle contour and some blush and quite a pinky nude lip. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to see more from me, then please, why don't you go ahead and leave me a comment. Click like if you like this video, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. I am on Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat. I will leave them in the description box below. If you've got any suggestions, any comments on how I can improve these videos, go ahead and feel free to explain. Give your your suggestions. I am always open. So till next time guys, bye.